help somebody else battle their own food addiction? Now, what kind of advice could you give to somebody else who may be struggling with food that they just lose absolute control over? Like, what would you tell them?
The first thing I would say is to forgive yourself, because if they're battling with that, they probably are holding a lot of self shame, self hate. You see that as your own personal weakness, but it's not. It's an addiction, and that loss of control happens to a lot of people. You are not alone. The second thing I would say is you have to get to a food tranquil place in order to go forward. You can't live your life wanting to binge all the time and needing to binge all the time. For me, like, I can eat fruit all day, it's fine. But processed sugar, and in America, they allow a lot more chemicals in our food that are banned other places. I've learned that.
Unfortunately.
And I think some of those are addictive. Food addicts probably have a very addictive personality. I know I do. And I think there's just some people that are prone to, get addicted to it, just like you could get addicted to gambling or anything else. And when that happens, the only thing that I've ever seen work for myself or anyone else is abstinence. So you need to cut that food out of your life, and you don't have to do it all at once. I didn't do it all at once. I used to have peanut butter and jellies every single day. For 1 week, I changed the bread to low calorie, no sugar bread. I changed the grape jelly to jam that was sugar free. I changed the peanut butter to PB2, and it's still good. It's still delicious, and it doesn't trigger me. I kept eating everything else for about a week or two until I got used to it. Then I changed another thing, and then I changed another thing. And it was so slow, so methodical, so gradual that it wasn't a shock. Because it is really hard to quit those kinds of things cold turkey. It was for me. Like, it wasn't something I tried. Like, I tried every day for years, and it wasn't something I could do. So I would say get your trigger food out of your life. It's hard to tell if you have a food addiction or an eating disorder. So once you get to that stable place, that tranquil place, and you'll know it because it's probably the first time you'll have ever experienced it, where you're eating to live and not living to eat, then you start substituting one thing at a time. You see what you can have in a very limited capacity and see how that affects you. And if you lose that mental clarity, that peace of mind, then that's probably not a food for you, and you need to try something else.